Hello, this is Jeremy. I'm going to go over one of our form reporting options for doing temperature and wind. I kind of refer to it as our temperature wind snapshot, so it's a little more simplistic than some of our other reporting. For example, for the North Dakota Daily Records report, where there was more of a time range that we had to build in. So this is kind of one of the more streamlined things, but still allows you a pretty good level of reporting. So I've switched over. I've got the tablet here. I've switched over to a temperature wind snapshot job. I'm kind of keeping some stuff compartmentalized so we can view it in an easy way on the dashboard later. So to kind of emulate this, I'm going to kind of show a process of me at the beginning of the day. More than likely, I'm going to do a temperature and wind reading at the beginning of the day. And then I'm going to go spray a little bit, and then I'm going to do a temperature wind reading. You probably do that throughout the day, but I'm just going to show like a start reading before I've sprayed anything, spray a little bit, and then do a temperature wind reading to kind of mark the end. And then we'll go do our Excel report and show you what that looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and add a form log, the circle button, the bottom right, and it's probably going to be named something different if it's in your account. It won't. I'm just doing this to keep things straight for me when I'm doing demos here. So temperature wind snapshot. So very simple form. What's the temperature? What's the wind direction? Got a drop down here. This can be customized, whatever you want. If you want more resolution, if you want to use like degrees, you can do that. Wind velocity 5. You can put a note in there. You don't have to. It's not required. Submit, and I'll do a number for my signature. Okay, so as always, you can tap on that anytime while you're looking. You can see the different fields there. I'll close that. So now I'm going to go spray a little bit, and then we'll do another log reading. All right, so here I've gone and sprayed a little bit. I'll kind of backtrack here and kind of show you there's kind of some satellite image artifact there, but this is the original one that we did. You can always go back and see that. It's always as an orange marker, and then I'm now stopped and I'm here. So I'm going to go ahead and do another temp reading. So I'll go add form log, temp wind snapshot. Again, let's say it's 60 degrees, wind direction out of the south, and wind velocity 6. I'll just put a note in here, test, so we can test that, see what that looks like. Hit submit, signature, and okay, so now I'm gonna go over to the web dashboard. I'm gonna switch and change the job, so I'm just looking at this stuff. Okay, so I just have I turn the switch on and off like 5 times. If we want to confirm, we can always go over to the map page and kind of see where everything is at. So that should match the tablet. Is even using the satellite images, so you can see everything there. You can always come on here and click and see there's my notes and the temperature and everything that we put on there. We'll go back. So now down here you see both, and you can always view these. You can click that. You can see the same things that you see when you tap on the map. You see all the stuff we entered in, and you actually have you can click here. This is actually a Google Maps link out to where the particular thing was added. So just as another way to see it. So now what we're going to go through is this. So there's an initial, for a long time we had just like a basic row and column kind of dump of it, but we wanted to start getting closer to something that could be more printable, more savable, and kind of in a nicer format. But we want to stick with Excel because it also allows us flexibility if you want to go back in and edit something. Excel is kind of a nice way to still have things laid out in a very, very good way. So I'm going to hit this and do an export of these, and it's going to what it's doing, it's going to take a little while to be on the screen. It's going to refresh automatically every 5 seconds or so. It kicks this off, it processes it in the background. So if you ever have to go away, you can come back to the Tasks tab if you click on that, and you'll have a list of your past downloads. So I'm going to click download here, and we're going to take a peek at this. So it's going to open up, and I'll bring open Excel here. So it's going to have these two form entries. Let me zoom this a little bit for the video purposes. So we've got the date that it was sprayed. It brings in my applicator information. If you have multiple applicators, it'll list multiple people here. The group information, I actually don't have anything filled out there. If you do, you have a group profile, and you can go and change that, and you could add your stuff if you have that as a reporting requirement. Your job name, job description. And then it brings in those forms that we filled out, and even the notes, they'll show up there. So if there's nothing, it'll just have kind of be blank. And what it also does is, over here back on the dashboard, if I go back to our page, I had this pick. This is obviously like all day today, and that's showing, that's the same time range that's going to be used along with this to display what's been sprayed. And to grab this information too, how many acres were applied, which chemical applied based on the flow rate, just per acre that we've figured in there, brings in the EPA number, has your chemical load name, your chemical supplier, what your flow rate was configured at. So just kind of dumping a lot of your setup that you have, but putting it in this format that you could easily deliver to somebody or send out. And then it's going to show a nice map. It's gonna, you recognize all the same stuff, right? We've got the same map provider on the tablet as we do over here, as we do when we export it and we put it in here. So now you have like a permanent record of where this was, and you can even zoom in a little bit. This will actually be a little more readable, and you can see the streets and make sure that you're in the right spot. So if you have to remember where this was actually at, you can always come back and see it. But remember, all that data is always already on the SpraySync dashboard, so you can always come back, look for these dates and find your same data again. So really, we kind of have some of these as like a couple of these forms as like a generic starting point that maybe is the most basic fundamental stuff that you need to track when you're doing your chemical spraying. If you need any customization, if there's certain fields you like, your reporting is different. Like, we want to hear from you and see if we can come up with a solution. We've got a lot of this is now a system where we can change fields. We can add text fields. We can add drop downs, like you saw with the wind direction. We can add numbers. We can have text area fields like the notes. So we can, we've seen a lot of different things, and we've been able to accommodate quite a bit with this new system that we designed into SpraySync. So looking forward to kind of hearing what you have, if this is going to work for you, or if there's small tweaks that you want on there. We can roll these out so that an individual, like, you don't need to have one form that everybody uses. You can customize and have your own form that just you have access to within your account. So anyways, that's kind of the basics of the form reporting within SpraySync.